హలో వ్యూయర్స్. తెలుగుదనాన్ని గుర్తు చేస్తూ తెలుగుదనాన్ని సినిమా నిండా నింపే డైరెక్టర్ త్రివిక్రమ్ గారు ఈసారి అనసూయ రామలింగం అండ్ ఆనంద్ విహారీ వీళ్ళిద్దరితో పాటు ఈ సినిమాలో ఇంకా చాలా మంచి క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఉన్నాయండి. చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఉన్నాయి. వాటిల్లో ఒకటి మన నదియా గారు ప్లే చేసిన ఒక మంచి క్యారెక్టర్. నదియా గారు అనగానే మనకి అత్తారింటికి దారిదిలో సునంద గుర్తొచ్చేస్తుంది కదా. సో మరి ఈ ఆ సినిమాలో ఆవిడ క్యారెక్టర్ ఎలా ఉండబోతుంది, ఎలాంటి ఇంపాక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేయబోతుంది, ఇవన్నీ తెలుసుకుందాం. నదియా గారు రెడీగా ఉన్నారు మాట్లాడడానికి. హాయ్ నదియా గారు, గుడ్ టు సీ యూ అగైన్ ఇన్ తెలుగు ఫిల్మ్స్ అండ్ ఇన్ త్రివిక్రమ్ గారు డైరెక్షన్. సో చాలా ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్గా ఉంది. మీరు సమంత అందరూ మళ్ళీ కలిసి చేయడం అండ్ అది ఇంకా కొత్తగా అనిపించడం. ఐ థింక్ యునో త్రివిక్రమ్ గారు మీలో ఒక పవర్ఫుల్ యాంగిల్ని బాగా చూసినట్టున్నారు. అండ్ ఆలో కూడా ఒక మంచి క్యారెక్టర్. అండ్ అత్తారింటికి దారేది అయితే ఇట్స్ లైక్ మీరే హీరోయిన్ అని చెప్పొచ్చు. సో ఇప్పుడు ఇందులో మళ్ళీ ఎంత ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఉండబోతుంది క్యారెక్టర్కి?
It is an important character. It's an important character role that I'm playing in the film. I'm playing Samantha's mother again.
Okay.
It's a strong character. I think when people see the film, they might probably think that there is a bit of Attarindiki Sunanda in this character. But it has a few more shades. There is a little bit more emotional side to her, a bit more sensitive side to her, where she emotes, and it's not like everything is suppressed or whatever.
Okay.
And it weaves well with the film. It's about the dominating mother, and some others probably can relate to this character.
Okay.
And some children probably can relate to Samantha's character and the mother-daughter, dynamics in the film.
I don't think few people, I think everyone can relate.
All teenagers.
అమ్మాయిలు ఇంచుమించు అలాగే ఉంటారు, మదర్స్ ఇలాగే స్ట్రిక్ట్ గానే ఉంటారు. సో ఐ థింక్ ఎవ్రీవన్ కెన్ కనెక్ట్ టు దోస్ టూ క్యారెక్టర్స్ అనమాట. అండ్ త్రివిక్రమ్ గారు ప్రతి క్యారెక్టర్కి ఒక ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇవ్వడం, ఒక మంచి పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ స్కోప్ ఇవ్వడం. అంటే జనరల్లీ కమర్షియల్ ఫిల్మ్స్ అనగానే హీరోకి ఎక్కువ ఇది ఉండడం, హీరోయిజం, సాంగ్స్ వాట్ ఎవర్, తర్వాత హీరోయిన్, ఆ తర్వాత క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఇలా వస్తూ ఉంటాయి. బట్ త్రివిక్రమ్ గారి సినిమాలో అందరూకి ఈక్వల్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇస్తూ ఉంటారు. సో వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు సే అబౌట్ దిస్ అండ్ హౌ డూ యూ లైక్ దిస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ట్రీట్మెంట్ ఫర్ క్యారెక్టర్స్?
I think it's fabulous. I mean, for a director, it's like, when you go to see your children watch a play at school. Of course, there are times when they're very young, there might be only 3 in the background, there might be one who has 1 line, there might be someone who has about 2 or 3 lines or whatever. So I think it's always difficult because I remember when I was in school and I used to direct plays in a very small way.
Okay.
And it is very important to make sure that everybody gets something. So whoever is, coming to watch their favorite person on stage,
right,
is looking forward to that moment. So I think the same way, Director త్రివిక్రమ్, what he does is he has his it's his forte actually, because first of all he doesn't make a movie which has too many actors, and so it's not very crowded.
Oh no.
And so he has few actors and then he works with them. So fortunately every character becomes very important in the film. So I think that is where his forte is, and it is difficult. I mean, and the beauty is, he even treats all actors the same on the set.
Oh. Wow.
So it's not like, there's no hierarchy or anything of that sort. Everybody is like, everybody's there to work. We're professionals, and it's
everybody is equal before law annattu.
Yeah,
equal before
exactly.
త్రివిక్రమ్.
గోపాల అలకేలరా దీపాల వేళాయే అగుపించరా చీకటి వేళకి నిపంచన చేరని మనసిది సెంచన వెన్నని మన్నని దోసములెన్నను చెల్లాట చాలించరా గోపాల గోపాల.
ఆ విషయానికి వస్తే మెయిన్ నితిన్ అండ్ సమంత కాంబినేషన్ మాకు దే ఆర్ వర్కింగ్ టుగెదర్ ఫర్ ద ఫస్ట్ టైం కదా, మాకు కూడా చూడడానికి చాలా కొత్తగా అనిపిస్తుంది.
With Nitin, actually, I don't have many combination scenes. We just have 1 or 2.
Okay.
One is a very powerful scene which leads to the climax actually, and the other one is with Samantha. I have quite a few. I mean, I think I have most amount of scenes with Samantha because that is when we are constantly at loggerheads. And then I have with Naresh as well. So these are basically the main combination scenes that I have. And yes, once again, it's a tough woman that I'm playing, so I told director.
సమంతకి క్లాసులు పెడుతూ ఉంటారన్నమాట.
Yeah, I've always been this strict mother. I told director Trivikram, I said, I'm done and over with. I'm not going to be strict anymore. I want to do comedy. I want to be a light-hearted person. So, no, but I think the character shaped out really well. And
అడిగారా ఎప్పుడైనా why you always think of a strict mother in your movies అని?
I don't know. I probably look very strict. I don't know why they think of that.
Actually you look so cool and sweet.
Yeah, but I think when people see me for the first time, I don't know, they think that I'm a very tough person. So it takes them a while to kind of understand me, but I think when they see me first, they think. So in fact, it's funny because on, Trivikram set, they call me Angry Young Man. So, yeah, that's the title they've given me actually on the sets. But so I said, no, there is a soft side to me. There's just people need to see the soft side. But anyway, but it's always a fun experience.
నేను నందుని రైల్వే స్టేషన్లో కలుసుకోవడం బిగినింగ్. ఇది ట్విస్ట్.
రావణాసురుడు మమ్మీ డాడీ కూడా శూర్పణఖని సమంతనే అనుకుంటారు కదే.
నువ్వు కత్తి నాన్న.
రావణాసురుడి వాళ్ళ ఆవిడ కూడా వాళ్ళ ఆయన్ని పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ అని అనుకుంటుంది.
ఇది అమ్మోరు కత్తి నాను.
కానీ బాగుంది కదా ఇలా అంటే మంచి పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఓరియంటెడ్ రోల్స్ వస్తూ మీకు యాక్చువల్లీ ఐ థింక్ అంటే మీరు గ్లామరస్గా ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి ఆ గ్లామరస్గా కనిపిస్తున్నారా లేదా డైరెక్టర్స్ ఆ రోల్స్ని అలా క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నారా మాకు అర్థం కావట్లేదు. మీరు మాత్రం యూనిక్గా కనిపిస్తున్నారు ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ద క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఇన్ ద మూవీ. ఏమిటి దీని వెనకాల సీక్రెట్, మీరు ఎలా దీన్ని మేనేజ్ చేస్తున్నారు తెలియాలి.
No, there is no secret. As I always say, I'm blessed with some good genes.
Okay.
And I work hard. I'm, because in between I changed the hotel that I was staying in. So director Trivikram asked, so how are you? Is it comfortable? And I said, I love the gym. He's like, Appo, after everything, that's the only thing that you like is the gym in the hotel. I said, yeah, but that is very important for me. So I'm someone who works out very regularly, and because I like my food as well. So food is for my soul, and then I work out because after eating all that food, you need to work out on stage.
Oh.
So it's a combination of things.
So you don't sacrifice food for...
Not at all.
Okay.
I mean, I will not eat too much, but I will eat everything because I think it is important. It's important to have what you like,
Yes.
because it makes you a happy person. So that's what basic philosophy.
ఎందుకంటే ఐ థింక్ ప్రతి ఒక్కరు మిమ్మల్ని అడుగుతూనే ఉంటారు కదా, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ హీరోయిన్స్. నదియా గారు మీ సీక్రెట్ ఏంటి, నదియా గారు ఏం చేస్తూ ఉంటారు, ఇలా అందరూ అడుగుతారు నాకు తెలుసు. అందుకే ఆడియన్స్లో కూడా చాలా మందికి ఆ డౌట్ ఉంటుంది.
No doubt. I think what it is, because I have friends who keep fit and who look good or whatever, but I think what happens in cinema especially is, when you realize that somebody is playing like a character role, or someone, who was acted in the 80s and has come back after 20-30 years to act, she has to look like this. She has to look fat. She has to look, completely out of shape. She has to look older. I think that's a notion that we in cinema have set. So that needs to be changed, because today women don't think like that. I mean, I remember after 15 years when I came back and did my first Tamil film, I said I'm not coloring my hair green because I said, but the woman today doesn't do it. She wants to look young, she wants to feel good. So I'm not doing it. I work for the character as well. So I think to some extent I blame cinema for stereotyping.
Yes, those characters.
To those characters. People are different, things are different, people think differently now. So
days have changed.
Times have changed. I mean, a son could come home and talk to his mother about his girlfriend, which never happened when we were growing up. Or my daughter could come and say, this boy is really cute, or she could come and tell me, this boy finds me very hot, or things like that. So the times have changed, and I think cinema needs to change with that as well.
ఇది ఎక్కడ ఎండ్ అవుతుందో నాకు తెలియదు. నందు, వదిలేస్తున్నావా నన్ను?
నిన్ను లవ్ చేసేంత లగ్జరీ లేదు, వదిలేసేంత లెవెలు లేదు.
గోపాల గోపాల అలకేలరా దీపాల వేళాయే అగుపించరా చీకటి వేళకి నీ పంచన చేరని మనసిది శమించన వెన్నని మన్నని దోసములెన్నను చెల్లాట చాలించరా గోపాల గోపాల
And even if the script has like flashback and present days,
Right.
flashback లో ఏమో జడ అది వేసుకుంటారు, present వచ్చేటప్పటికి ముడి వచ్చేస్తుంది. But they'll have
Exactly,
that-
they were and they make them look older.
Older.
Because that actually I see even in a lot of television series.
Yes.
They will not take a 50-year-old woman to play her role. They will make a 30-year-old woman look 50-year-old.
Yes.
I don't understand the logic. So whenever anyone sees it, they say, "Oh, you look young," you know. I said, "Okay, write me a script where I can do which suits the way you would like me to. The audience would like me to be
Yes.
seen on screen." So, but I think it's just cinema, and it takes time. It takes time to change.
అండ్ ఈ సినిమాలో నరేష్ గారు మీ హస్బెండ్ రోల్
Yeah.
ప్లే చేశారు. ఈజ్ ఆల్సో వండర్ఫుల్ యాక్టర్, సీనియర్ యాక్టర్. సో ఐ వాస్ వర్కింగ్ విత్ హిమ్ ఫర్ ద ఫస్ట్ టime, I think, right?
Don't call him senior actor, okay?
Drishyam.
Drishyam.
Yes.
Don't call him a senior actor, he'll be very upset.
Yeah, I know.
No, that Naresh and I think we've been in
Very
cinema.
young actor.
Yeah,
Yes.
he feels young.
Yes.
So Naresh and I, we've actually worked together in Drishyam,
Oh, no.
and we worked around the same time when we were doing cinemas in the 80s. But we never did any work together then. So we acted in
Yes.
Drishyam last, and now we're doing this together. So it's very easy. He's very chill.
Yes.
No issues. Actually, for that matter, everybody on the set was very chill. I mean, we all would pull each other's leg. Of course, director Trivikram would pull everybody's leg the most.
Oh.
But so it's been an easy, smooth going experience.
Yes. And
గోపాల గోపాల అలకేలరా దీపాల వేళాయే అగుపించరా చీకటి వేళకి నీ పంచన చేరని మనసిది శమించునా వెన్నని మన్నని దోసములెన్నను చెల్లాట చాలించరా గోపాల
సో త్రివిక్రమ్ గారితో సెకండ్ టైం వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు. సో ఏమైనా మార్పులు ఆయనలో గమనించారా? ఓకే, రైటింగ్స్ అండ్ ఆల్ ప్రతి సినిమాకి కొత్తగా ఉండడానికి దే ట్రై,
Yeah.
బట్ ఇన్ పర్సన్ యాజ్ ఎ పర్సన్ ఆయనలో ఏమైనా డిఫరెన్స్ చూసారా?
No, not at all. As a person working with
Yes.
him again, no, not at all actually. In fact, I was much more comfortable this time.
Okay.
Because last time, it was my first film. I really didn't know him very well, even though he made me feel very comfortable. But this time it was like more like a backslapping thing. I said, "Hey, don't do that." Like it was
Oh.
that kind of.
Okay.
So he always pulls my leg, and he always thinks like I'm the toughest woman on earth. And
ఎందుకలా ఏదో జరిగింది, సంథింగ్ హ్యాపెన్ దట్స్
No,
వై
I
యూ
think
కేమ్ టు
it's
దిస్.
just, no. I think it's just the way I say things sometimes, and I'm like, I can be very honest, and so there is no sweetness when I'm saying something, so he thinks I'm very tough. But
మీరు నవ్వితే చాలు నదియా గారు అలా.
so I think that's why I get this title all the time. But but very easy. Not just him, even his assistant directors. They all work
Oh, the
very
same
hard.
team.
There were some who were
Almost,
different for
yeah.
this film, but some of them were still there from the other film. And they work very hard. Whether it is someone who's following your costume, someone who's making sure that my dates are there, and someone who's making sure I get my lines. Especially a person called Kali. He spent his entire time trying to make sure. There were times when I said, "I cannot get this word. I cannot do it. I cannot." So director and the assistant directors would say, "Come on, ma'am, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it." So it was like that kind of a support and the moral support which really helps. And then when people have the confidence in you, then you think, of course you can do it. It's that kind of feeling.
రాములగా బుగ్గలవాడ బురుజుగోడ నిబ్బరాల కండలవాడ కాజా బేటాల కులకాడా కలుసుకుంట కాజుల పేరు పట్టకరారా.
మిర్చి నుంచి ఇప్పటి వరకు యూనో ఒక 4-5 మూవీస్ చేశారు. మీకు ఈ పాటకి తెలుగు నేనేం మాట్లాడుతున్నానో మీకు అర్థం అయిపోతుంది కాబట్టి ఐఎమ్ ష్యూర్ మీకు తెలుగు తెలుసు యూనో. నేర్చుకుని కూడా ఉంటారు. ఎనీ ఫ్యూ లైన్స్
when you tell me to say like that, it's very difficult. So I so much would like to speak in Telugu, but I think somehow there is this kind of a phobia in me, and it's funny because whenever I think I have to learn the language, I somehow hold back. It's something which I have to just feel and just go with the flow. So I think if I lived in Hyderabad for a long time, or probably I should take lessons so that I'm a little bit more fluent. But for me it's more like coming to school and going back home for holidays.
Don't go back for holidays. Then you will remember everything.
No. I'll remember Telugu, but I'll forget my family. So I think that's definitely the priority. So it'll come.
ఈ సినిమాలో చాలా డైలాగ్స్ ఉన్నాయని త్రివిక్రమ్ గారు ఆడియో లాంచ్ లోనే చెప్పారు. అత్తారింటికి దారిదిలో బతికిపోయారు, ఈ సినిమాలో అయితే ఇంకా చాలా కష్టపడ్డారని. సో యూ రిమెంబర్ ఎనీ ఆఫ్ దోస్ లైన్స్?
No, not at all. I had a tough time remembering it for the day I was shooting. Forget it. Today it's impossible. No, I don't really remember the dialogues, but I worked hard. I tried to remember the lines. Don't make it look like, when you look at this movies also, but these are not so many lines. Why was Nadhiya struggling? But it's not that. It's what I'm saying. It's not like I did a mythological film where I have like one whole page of dialogues and everything.
Okay.
But just
you're not exaggerating it?
No.
Yeah.
But it's just that sometimes even if it's just 4-5 lines and it has to make an impact, and you have to get it right.
Right. Perfect.
It just makes it even more tricky and tough. And so but it's okay. As I said, it takes me about 2 or 3 days to kind of get warmed up.
Yes.
And once I'm warmed up, then it's okay. Then it's better.
నదియా గారికి తెలుగులో చాలా మంది ఫ్యాన్స్ ఉన్నారు. మీ అందంకి కానీ మీ స్మైల్ ఐస్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్, అండ్ అవి కాకుండా మంచి పర్ఫార్మెన్స్, ద వే యూ క్యారీ ఎవ్రీ క్యారెక్టర్, అన్నిటికీ కూడా మా తెలుగు ప్రేక్షకులు ఫ్లాట్ అయిపోయారు. సో ఇప్పుడు వరకు మీరు చేస్తున్న క్యారెక్టర్స్ అన్నీ కూడా ప్రతిదీ చాలా ఆ స్క్రిప్ట్లో చాలా అవసరమైన ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ చేస్తూ వచ్చారు. బట్ దెన్ ఎక్కడ ఫర్దర్గా మీరు తీసుకునే క్యారెక్టర్స్లో ఏమైనా జాగ్రత్తలు తీసుకోబోతున్నారా? not repeating the characters or...
I would like not to repeat, and like I said earlier, my contemporaries, quite a few of my contemporaries who have acted during the time I have done about 200-300 films.
Yes.
This I think is my 45th film. So I've done very few films. And for me, every film is important. So there isn't much of a chance to take a risk. If you're doing so many films, probably there is a chance of taking a risk. But there are many things as to why. Probably because I don't live in the place I'm working.
Yes.
I live in Bombay, so completely the southern doors are completely shut when I go to Bombay. Then if somebody contacts me for a movie, and then I talk with them, and so there are many offers that come my way, which I refuse because I think, I tell them, you can take anybody else. You don't need to have Nadhiya to play that role. So I have to bring something to the table. I have to bring something to my fans who come, pay the money, and come to see me. I don't want them walking out of the theatre saying, "But why did Nadhiya do that role?" What a waste. And I don't like to see myself like that. I don't want my fans to see it like that. So it's very plain and simple. It's plain logic. I want to do films that really excite me. I should feel like I'm doing a film. So there's a freshness to every film I do. But yes, as I said, in our category, in our age category, you get stereotyped very easily.
Yes.
So it's difficult because there are not many women. It's not just here, but even in Hollywood. There are not many roles written for women of my age. And I think it will slowly change. There are cultural differences. And I always say, there are so many things happening in midlife, as we have the midlife crisis and everything. So there could be subjects, there could be scripts written on that. And there are audiences who are as old as I am who would love to go and see another woman their age who's probably doing things which they're doing at home and they can relate to.
అండ్ ఏవైతే చేయలేరో కూడా అవి కూడా మీ ద్వారా చూస్తారు కదా, what they can't do in their real lives also they watch.
It's an inspiration, right? It's an inspiration. So I, in my small little way, if I have been able to inspire women of my age, or if, like for me, I have to give. I'm extremely thankful to the Telugu industry, especially simply because I came back to the Telugu industry in my late 40s or mid 40s for that matter.
Yes.
And for me to get this kind of fan following at this age is a huge thing.
Yes, definitely.
Where women are completely written off by 30s, when they say that that's it now, again the Jada Konda combination, it's all over. So for me, there's even a young boy who's as young as 12 or 13.
Yes.
They come up to me and they say that they're my fans and they love me in this movie. And I literally have to ask them. I ask them, what do you like about the movie?
Yes.
I'm such a tough woman. What is it that you like about me in that movie? So they'd say, no, we just like the way your character was in the film, or the way you, as you said, the way you carry yourself, or they'd say my mom likes you, my dad likes you, my sister likes you, whatever the reasons might be. But I think for me, it's a far bigger accomplishment having adulation at this age than I did when I was in the 20s.
Wow.
It's not like the Tamil and Malayalam cinema where I have done a lot of films, but Telugu I have not done so many films. So for me, I think it is more of an, it's a big accomplishment as a woman, not just for Nadhiya, but it's an accomplishment for a woman. So I have to give a lot to director Trivikram actually, because he's the one, when I did Attarintuki, he came, he tried to convince me, and I said, please, I just did Mirchi and I'm playing Prabhas's mother. Now you're going to make me an Attar again. I said, you being in cinema, you know how I'm going to get typecast. He said, believe me, this Attar will be very different. I said, you can say whatever you want, but I'm not doing it. So, it took him a little bit of convincing, and we didn't literally do the film for a year. And he came back again. And he said, but I really see you in that role. And I didn't know him or anything, And then he proved it.
Yes.
So now, he always, whenever I say anything, I said, are you sure? Just believe me. He always says.
నదియా గారు, సిన్సియర్ రిక్వెస్ట్, తెలుగు నేర్చుకుని ఇవే లైన్స్ తెలుగులో చెప్పండి, ఇంకా చాలా మందికి రీచ్ అవుతుంది.
I know, I'm so sorry.
All the people.
Yeah. But even if it's my mother, even if it's Malayalam, if I have to say something, it comes out better. It comes out from my heart when I say it in English.
Okay.
You just put subtitles for
Yeah.
it.
ఈ లైన్స్ మాత్రం వేయాలి. వెరీ ఇన్స్పైరింగ్ ఫర్ ఆల్ ద విమెన్. అంటే నాట్ ఓన్లీ లైక్ మీ ఏజ్ అనే కాదు, ఆల్ ద ఏజెస్ ఇది బాగా అర్థం అవ్వాలి.
నిద్ర చాలని బద్ధకమల్లే ఉళ్ళిరిచింది ఆకాశం, రాత్రి దాచిన రబ్బరు బంతే తిరిగొచ్చింది రవిబింబం, వెలుతురు మోస్తూ దిగి వస్తున్నది గాల్లో గువ్వల పరివారం, సెల్యూట్ చేసే సైనికులల్లే స్వాగతమంది పచ్చదనం.
మళ్ళీ త్రివిక్రమ్ గారి డైరెక్షన్లో మీ క్యారెక్టర్ మేము చూడడం, ఇట్స్ లైక్ ఫెస్టివల్ అనిపిస్తుంది.
It feels like a festival when you're shooting as well. So.
Wow. So what do you think is the best part of the film? What highlights of the film?
It's not very cliched. Like there are some scenes which you would think that it's going to end this way, and so it's not cliched at all. And of course there might be some characterizations which people say, oh, but it's like this or like that. But for every film there's always something that you can pick on. But as a family, you can go and watch it. It's a family entertainment. There are a lot of light moments. There are a lot of tough moments, stress between families, and things that every person can relate to, with situations happen which happens parallel in their lives as well. So I think there is a bit for everybody. And as I said, I don't like to talk big about the films normally that I'm working in, because I like to leave the judgment to the audience, because they judge it right. I don't go by what the papers say. I don't go by what anybody from the film fraternity has to say. I just go purely by what the audience thinks. So, and I think we have made a fun film, and we have the producers too had to stretch their budget, and they fulfilled everybody's wishes, and they've been very patient. So for their sake, for director Trivikram's sake, I really hope the film does really well, and to all the audiences who are spending their hard-earned money for the tickets.
డెఫినెట్గా తెలుగు ప్రేక్షకులు అందరి ఫేవరెట్ త్రివిక్రమ్ గారు, ఎందుకంటే ఆ తెలుగుదనం అనేది ప్రతి సినిమాలో, ప్రతి సీన్లో, ప్రతి ఫ్రేమ్లో కనిపిస్తూ ఉంటుంది. సో దట్స్ వై వి లవ్ హిమ్ యాజ్ డైరెక్టర్. సో డెఫినెట్గా ఈ సినిమా కూడా ఇంకొక మంచి సినిమాగా తెలుగు ప్రేక్షకులకి నిలిచిపోవాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాం. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ నదియా గారు ఫర్ బీయింగ్ విత్ అస్. ఇలాగే మోర్ అండ్ మోర్ బ్యూటిఫుల్ క్యారెక్టర్స్ చేయండి, ఇంటర్వ్యూస్కి కూడా వచ్చి ఇలా మమ్మల్ని కలవాలి. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
Thank you very much.
గోపాల గోపాల అలకేలరా దీపాల వేళాయే అగుపించరా చీకటి వేళకి నీ పంచన చేరని మనసిది సెమించన వెన్నని మన్నని దోసములే